Back in the day, this was millionaires, now it's billionaires. I just want to get a pulse on the city. How's security these days? So I have a deep history with San Francisco. What's going on, sir? All these for lease. Wow.
Democracy is good.
Such a San Francisco shot.
You had like the best of all the cultures in one spot, bro. It was amazing.
Totally different world down here.
Don't do no DUI.
Oh, I'm not. Everybody thinks of San Francisco as a bunch of sissies, but back in the day, we were all the kids of World War II veterans and blue-collar workers.
Fentanyl is no joke.
The city is different.
This is a place where really no tourists are coming.
There's like wave after wave of people coming from the outside with an idealistic vision.
Hold the breath if you don't want to smell meth.
They see it as a blessing for many, many people.
Good morning, guys. Here in beautiful San Francisco.
Is it Peter, is it?
Yeah, how you doing?
How are you? I watch your YouTube videos.
Oh, okay, we're starting a video right now.
Oh, sorry,
You
I'll get
ready?
on your way. I'll get on your way.
No,
Sorry.
appreciate it. How are you liking San Francisco?
Amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's really
Awesome.
cool city. Never been here before, so beautiful place.
All right, guys. So today is a video about beautiful San Francisco, a place that's been in the media nonstop for the last few years. So today's video is about getting into as many sides of the city as we can in one day. I could be a creator that just shows the blight in the Tenderloin, or just show the beauty of Presidio Park or the wealthy neighborhood, but there are many stories coexisting here at the same time. And there's an overall feel. Is the city doing better? Is it doing worse? Where is it at? So let's get down there, talk to the locals, get some interesting perspectives, and get a better understanding of what San Francisco is currently like. Let's do this. Here we are, Pacific Heights, one of the nicer neighborhoods in the city. These houses are phenomenal. Check these out. I looked on Zillow. You see numbers like 15 million, 20 million. This is the big money here. All the way down to the bay. So you'll see the streets are very clean. Everything's trimmed, manicured, taken care of. So I have a deep history with San Francisco. First started coming here when I was 18 years old. Lived here. The last stint was back in 2020. And that was a very rough period in the city. Winter of 2020, 2021, a lot of crime, peak COVID. And so my wife and I left the city. A lot had to do with just quality of life issues, smash and grabs, break-ins, street takeovers. They'd, take over an intersection, do burnouts. Not up here in this neighborhood, but in some areas where we lived, there'd be someone on fentanyl, there'd be a tent, there'd be an RV parked, leaking sewage out into the street, and just a bad overall environment. So from my understanding, that has been the absolute low point in modern history. Now we're 4 years later. Now these neighborhoods always stay pretty good.
To this area here, you don't have no problem.
You have no problems up
You
here?
don't have problems here. But they take care of these people. Most of the times we're in the city, we working, we come in, we get it done, go to the other side of the bridge. But we never had any issues with you. I've been coming to the city for the last 30 years. And
30 years.
yeah, coming back and forth, and now I love the city. It's a blessing.
That's great.
Keeps my foot on the table, place for foot on the table, yeah. A lot of work. Yeah, definitely.
You guys have plenty of work here.
Yes, yeah. This city is a blessing for many, many people.
Such a San Francisco shot. Here we have the driverless car coming to you in just a matter of time. I mean, you can just walk for hours in these neighborhoods, taking in the beauty. We're 7 by 7 miles here, 7 by 7 miles, but the topography is all over the place. You live in this neighborhood, you go down to the water there, you can bike along the bay, go to the Golden Gate, which is over that way, Presidio Park. You can live quite a beautiful life up in these areas. You've got your hands full? Can I ask you one question?
Sure.
Okay. How is the city right now versus 2 years ago, would you say?
It's coming back. It's the world that we're in, you know. That's what I believe, you know. If you sue the cops, who wants to be a cop? If you treat the cops more like criminals, then who wants that job? The city has 500 less police officers, but it's just like dog water. If you make it harder to do it, who wants to do it? I mean, it's all good. All good. The city is different. These have all been clients for 30 years. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah. But, you know, it turns over and all different.
I've never seen this many dogs that well behaved
Yeah, because
around each other.
they're regulated. You only have 8 dogs in the park. So then if you have this many on the sidewalk, where are you going to take them? Anyway, have a good day.
Take care. You too. Yeah, he was saying back in the day this was millionaires, now it's billionaires. And it's hard to keep employees now just because of the costs. Like you have to pay so much to be able to keep them in the city that he can't make any money with employees, so he's just doing it himself now. This is great, guys. There is a lot more life down here. A couple years ago, it was not looking at all like this, as far as people walking out and about, people going to work. And this is really good to see. Okay, first impression, guys, so keep that in mind. Just what I'm feeling and what I'm seeing. This is fantastic. I used to park my motorcycle here all the time. I mean, there are less cars down here. It's not as busy, but this is a big improvement, I gotta say. How you doing, sir?
All right.
Hey, the city looks great.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
You guys bringing it back, huh?
Well, trying to keep it clean because it's business area. You know, people want to come shopping and that. They don't want to see dirt all over the place.
Yeah, I was here a couple years ago. It didn't look like this.
No, it looks clean.
You're doing a good job.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, this is great to see. The big bus is full. Union Square, for those that don't know, this is the center, the heart of the city. During the pandemic, it really got slammed down here very hard. Now you can see some of the storefronts here empty. We'll walk around some of these streets. I remember what was open and what wasn't before. The famous Westin St. Francis. Good to see that's not closed. See much more of a police presence. We got this guy giving it. So I just read in the Chronicle this morning, SF down 45,000 jobs from 2019 level. Now, a lot of these are tourism jobs, services jobs, a lot are tech jobs, people that can move out of the city. And you can see here versus the US versus California, Bay Area, and San Francisco. So the city got really hit hard during COVID with people leaving town, with tourists not coming. It's such a big part of the economy. There's a point I'd like to make. Sometimes people say coastal elites, okay? Now, that exists for sure. People on the coasts doing really well, and sometimes talking for the rest of the country when they don't know what the rest of the country is like. But I do want to poke a hole in the coastal elites label. Most people out here are not elites. Most people are out here getting by. They're going to their job at the Westin St. Francis, or could be singing on the streets, or working in construction, and they're just getting by, getting through life, raising their families, doing the best they can. So it's easy to put that label of coastal elite on places like San Francisco, but most of the city is not that elite class. Yes, tons of money here, that exists, but it's not a fair label, I would say.
Democracy is good. There's a very thin line between democracy and anarchy. You just have to be careful how much freedom you can give to people.
Okay, so explain that in the case of San Francisco. What do you mean?
Drugs, that's a big problem.
The drugs.
Shoplifting.
How is it right now, would you say? End of October 2024. What are your thoughts?
I think it's getting better. When I lived in Morocco, the previous king, it was tough. You'd be walking, let's say, midnight. Right?
Yeah.
The police will stop you. So what are you doing? What's your ID? Now, same problem. And there are many people who are using drugs there too, young kids. And the drugs these days are not the same like they used to be. They destroy the person.
But I see less homeless on the streets, I gotta say.
The city bought hotels, they've been in hotels. Some of them don't want to stay. In the 90s, in the early 90s, when the technology started to pick up in the Silicon Valley, housing got so expensive. When I moved here, you could get a studio apartment for $200 a month.
What year did you move here?
79.
What do you think about America?
Oh, it's there's nothing like it. It's a beautiful place. I wouldn't want anybody to criticize and say America is this and that. It's
A lot of times foreigners can understand the country better than citizens that were born here, I think. Because you have something to compare and contrast against.
It's like somebody living with his parents, right? He's never been anywhere. He's going to criticize his parents. He goes to high school and his friends say, oh, your parents are tough, this and that. So we say it's the same thing. When people travel, if you travel somewhere else, especially to third world countries, then you realize that you're lucky.
Didn't ask Frank.
Didn't expect this here. That's interesting. You think he's gonna win?
Yeah.
Are you getting much love out here?
Yeah. San Francisco's coming out of the political closet. We're getting lots of support from locals, lots of foreigners too, but the locals are living in fear that they'll lose their job, that they'll get attacked violently.
They're gonna get attacked violently for what?
Just simply expressing their views or expressing what they see, and just in order to be honest, that there's a cost to pay. And so broken windows of your car, broken windows of your home, are physically attacked personally.
Okay. What about you? Do you have problems down here doing this or no?
Yeah. The first week was intense, but after you enforce justice or what's right is, and you hold people accountable, it's just momentum has come, and you shouldn't have to live in fear. This is a free country. You should be able to express yourself, especially in San Francisco.
San Francisco is always the place to have whatever idea it might be, and that's accepted. It used to be.
Right. And so basically,
It got more conformist.
yeah. Look, and if you look around, like these places are empty. All of this is empty.
What do you mean they're empty?
It's a ghost town out here because no one wants to bring business here. Macy's, they're trying to get the holiday season out, and then they're out. No more Christmas trees. It's just the other. Yeah. Thank you. And so, it used to be so colorful, full of life here. It was like almost you had to like dance around people to get here to cross the street, and it was just a different situation. People who had integrity, and this is right now what you're seeing today. I don't know if you're a visitor here, but what you're seeing today, they clean this all up. This is a clean.
Why?
For visitors for Fleet Week. 4 weeks, 5 weeks ago, dude, the crack pipes, heroin needles, all kinds of stuff all over the place.
Are you from here?
Yeah,
Born and raised?
in the Bay Area, yeah.
Did you love growing up here?
Oh yeah, dude, that's what I mean. It's amazing because right here, it's an international spot. So you have like the best of all the cultures in one spot, bro. It was amazing. And this is why immigration is great. It boosts the economy, but there's a process to immigration. We want you to make a pledge to say, hey, I want to do what's right with everyone that I'm joining a family, basically, and I want to do, and I pledge to be honorable. And that's all it is. It's just like, hey man, do you promise to abide by these simple principles? And if you do, then you're welcome. Come on, let's go. And if you're not, then dude, I'm sorry, tough luck, I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for voting for me.
Of course. Who else would I vote for?
Are you from San Francisco?
Los Angeles.
Okay. See you guys. Take care. Okay, before those watching say you're pushing a candidate or this is a political angle on things, it's not. It's what I run into. If there's a Kamala stand, I'm going to go over and talk to that person. I'm going to go talk to that person because it's an interesting take of what's going on, and this is a way to access people's thought processes and where culture is at. And if you don't like what you see, then this is not the channel for that. How you doing, sir? How's security these days?
Pretty good.
How's the city police doing? They stepping up?
Yeah. Except, did you hear what happened here, right?
No, what happened?
There was an attempt Monday early morning at 4. There's 3 bunch of juveniles, and then they used a stolen Lexus I-350 to ram the door, but it got wedged. They weren't able to penetrate because SAPD responded right away, and then one car took off that way and one car took off this way at 4 in the morning.
So they rammed right into the Louis Vuitton.
No, they weren't able to make it in because the car got wedged because the tight squeeze. It was hella funny.
Oh, the door itself.
The door. So it just got replaced yesterday, I think. So what they started to do is put armed guard in evening graveyard.
Okay, so how's business down here? Is it coming back a little bit?
Yeah, tourists are back. They're happy seeing us.
Oh, wrong way. Oh, jeez. Okay, so
everything's been quiet.
It's been quiet. Cool. So things are getting better in the city.
Way better. The mayor was here yesterday, and she was suggesting their little speeds. See those planters, the gray planters?
Yep.
I think they want to add more so no cars can just penetrate like that.
Did they catch the guys?
No, they're able to take off.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I know.
Man. All right.
Be sweet, man.
Well, keep up the good work.
Thank you. You have a good day.
Yeah, take care. San Francisco police cars are definitely relics of the past. What's going on, sir?
It's a strike. We're having a strike because we don't have any contract. Area hotel.
No work?
No work. Here. We're just fighting for a decent contract.
Room cleaners, cooks, dishwashers, servers, bartenders, bell persons, and others who've worked here for many years. Okay. Here's the driverless car with a passenger. And we have a closed store here, unfortunately. This is a tourist hotspot where you have the Powell Street cable car. You can see there's a building there. Closed down, one down here. Some stuff is still open. How you doing, sir? Is business coming back at all?
Not really.
Not really.
Look, it's empty. All the convention don't come to San Francisco. They go somewhere else.
Moscone Center isn't filling up?
No.
Better than 2 years ago, fair to say?
A little bit better.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit better.
I'm seeing more tourists, to be honest. Okay. Well, good luck with everything. What's your name?
Tony.
Tony. Peter.
Okay, Peter.
Everyone's leaving and you're staying.
Yeah.
All right. And this is pretty bad here. All these for lease. This is the heart of the city. What was that before? I think it was Foot Locker or some shoe company. So my theory with this cycle is things went down really quickly. Businesses tried to hang on. They hung on many for a while and then left. The people need to come back before the businesses come back. The safety security situation needs to be good. The tourists have to come back, and then someone will invest in setting up a shop here because I'm sure the lease is super expensive. Wow, that's closed. I think that was Walgreens. Market Street's an interesting one. Down there, it's a bit more financial, and up here, it's always been a bit rough. And then we're gonna jump into the notorious Tenderloin and see how that is. I've never seen it good, so I'm sure it's not now, but what I'm not seeing, or I haven't seen today, are the tents on the streets. That's a huge improvement. SF Democrat headquarters over here, and this looks vacant down low, and it's quite quiet on Market Street. How things going out here, boss?
Pretty good.
Making a video on the city.
Okay.
Hitting all sides. What do you guys, security or something?
No, we out here for safety and service, pretty much. We're out here to make sure the community, like people can get through
like make sure like the unhoused guests and stuff don't be blocking the sidewalks and stuff, so people can walk to where they're going and stuff like that.
Okay, so if someone's having a problem here, you call in the police or something? Or...
Yeah, like we'll try to step in and de-escalate it before we even have to call in the police. But if we can't do it, we'll call in and have them come out.
Okay, cool. What's your organization?
Urban Alchemy. We're out here every day. We keep it clean and peaceful for people to walk through and get to their jobs and everything like that.
Yeah, I don't see the tents anymore.
Yeah, no, that part stopped. I'm new here, so I don't know when it stopped, but it's been stopped for a while now. They used to have a tent section for like the homeless to go in.
Oh
and
yeah,
shower.
like on Jones, I believe.
Yeah.
All right, boss. We'll keep up the good work.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Take care. So if you ever see those videos from San Francisco where people are on fentanyl or trank, tents on the street, most likely it's from this neighborhood, the Tenderloin. This is what it is. Okay, I remember a couple years ago, tents all down this street, and I've never seen zones look so good, and I'm serious. Good job, you guys. Looks good out here. God bless.
I got a big speaker. The one that smoke all the weed that has the big speaker. You know what I'm talking about? Have you seen them?
Ma'am, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Jones Street's doing better these days, yeah?
Kind of.
Much better, man. I've been here all my life.
Okay.
I'm from New Orleans.
So are you what are you?
I make YouTube videos. I'm all over the country, all over the world.
Well, put me on, because I'm an actress. Now I'm
There
just
you go.
playing.
Okay, so you've been here all your life, ma'am.
And I've been working here for 10 years.
Okay, tell us about Jones Street and Tenderloin right now.
Jones Street, they have cleaned it up. You gotta get on that problem over there, 6th Street. That's the problem.
But
You think it's
Jones
worse on
Street,
Sixth?
Oh, yeah.
That's where it all started
I
right there.
agree with her. Bunch of problems.
And look, and go by Clyde.
Oh, Ellis. Hi, right here, and Eddie.
Yep, Eddie.
So what happens if someone puts up a tent here now? They take it down immediately?
They take it down immediately, like the Supreme Court said.
Who does it? The police or who's coming in?
Police and the city DPW.
All right, so you guys are happy with that?
Yes.
Cool.
And they
I
all
want them to
built-
continue to
all
clean
built-
it up.
Look, I live right there in the new place.
Yep.
That's one of the new places.
That's your place. Cool.
Yeah.
What's your name, ma'am?
My name is Sydney.
Sydney? Peter.
Hi,
your name?
Peter, Terry.
Terry.
Really?
Hi, Peter.
You're not as old, right?
Hey, you hit me with that thing.
Sorry,
That big
He's
ass
a
thing.
baby.
How you gonna carry that big old thing, boy?
What are you playing, man?
Saxophone.
Nice. You pretty good?
Is it hard to do?
13.
And keep on. And
Oh, you gonna be
keep
all
on.
right. I'm sorry.
My son is 10 years older than you.
He's 23?
My son is 23.
Keep going
So
with
you play pretty well?
I'm gonna be playing at this park down here.
Right now?
Yeah, right now.
I'll go with you.
Right now.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Go ahead, young man.
Yeah.
Are you recording?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're on YouTube?
Yeah.
Hey,
Nice
YouTube?
meeting you, ladies. Thank you.
Hey, YouTube?
What's your name?
Calamate.
Calamate. Nice. Peter. Where are we going, Calamate?
Down to the Bodecker Park. This is the tenor. It's the bigger cousin. And the biggest cousin of them all is the contrabass and baritone. I play baritone.
How long you been playing for?
About 3 years.
Nice. You love it?
I love it here. I love it. I love playing saxophone. This kid, I had a bad experience with it at first.
Okay.
This kid broke my saxophone. It was really bad because I beat him up for doing it. He broke it in front of me because he was jealous that I was playing for these girls.
The girls like it, don't they?
Yeah, they love it.
Hey, how you doing, man? Good. I'm making a video on the city. You guys are doing a great job.
Thank you.
You know who I am? Okay.
I've been scared of police my whole life.
Yeah?
So I had to run from one.
What?
I was terrified. I didn't know what to do.
Well,
I just ran for my life.
how was the encounter? Not good?
Pretty good. He caught me.
Well, pretty, yeah, there you
But
go.
I dusted him for a little bit.
What are you filming today?
San Francisco, the whole city.
What's up, man? I'm Brandon.
Just, Brandon, I just want to get a pulse on the city.
Okay.
I've been out of it for 2 years and going from Pack Heights to here and everywhere in between.
What do you think about the city over the last 2 years? How do you think it looks?
Okay, I haven't been here in 2 years, so I see it with fresh eyes. It looks better.
That's the goal.
I'd say looks are deceiving. I don't know what's going on underneath. I don't know the crime numbers per se, but like.
So this is, as you know, this is the Tenderloin. It's always going to be the Tenderloin, right? And
Yeah.
So we have officers at every hour of the day, and we do our best. We're outnumbered, and you can take a walk and look for yourself. But it's the Tenderloin, you know, so it's an uphill fight.
A lot of locals are really happy about you guys being here.
Thanks, man.
No,
Appreciate
it's the ones I talk to.
I appreciate you, and I've seen some of your videos. And,
oh, thanks, man.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But
Calamante, don't be scared of him, man.
like I said, I'm Brandon. You went to the Tenderloin?
Yeah, I'm going to the hotel. It's called Bay Hotel.
Where?
Oh, yeah. Cool. 9-5.
We're at the boat Ector?
Yeah.
Have you met Officer Franco, Ragusa, and Finnegan?
No.
Cops that are assigned to the parts here. Say hi to them. They're good news. Great to see you, man.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks for all you do.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Hey.
Hey. Oh, that's a nice park.
Yeah, we're going to be performing up here. Feast your eyes, people. It's really nice. I got to find a song. I can't remember the song in my head.
Do you need the book?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah.
That's one.
Jingle bells.
And that's it.
Nice, Calamante.
That is what's up, bro. You got a great ownership too, bro.
Thank you.
So this is the Boys and Girls Club that Calamante goes to. Nice little park.
Don't do no DUI.
There we go.
What's your take? It's getting better or getting worse?
Well, I've been gone for 4 years. I come out and I like, this is worse.
Okay, so you were gone before the pandemic.
Yes. I come back 2022, I came out. And I'm like, these motherfuckers is crazy out here. They're just crazy. It's worse.
A lot of fentanyl.
A lot.
Trank.
A lot.
But it looks clean on the surface.
Well, yeah, because we got a lot more workers out here. And I love it, like, you know, we got the Tenderloin something, and they're the best. They pick up a lot of the garbage. I deal with so much every day.
Really? What's the worst of it?
I got men masturbating right here next to me.
It's disgusting.
And I'm like, what the f are you doing? And he's like, oh, women like this. I said, I don't think guys would like it either. I'm like, where do they do this at? Like, it's crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so Joan, I've never seen Jones look so good. Seriously.
Yeah, well, we keep this corner clean. You know, we sit here and we clean it up every day. I mean, because when I come at 7:30 in the morning, it's trashed. It's tore up.
The whole thing is.
It's tore up.
Every morning.
Every morning. So I got to clean it up, or I'll call 311 and have them come get the guys
Are
out here.
people sleeping out here at nights or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I tell them they break it into our toilets, just stupid stuff. I'm just like, you know, we got these toilets out here for you guys, basically. You know what I mean?
Over there, mess it up, like.
And just disrespect, tag all over it. Like, what the hell are you guys doing? Like, you guys are just ignorant. You know what I mean? Like, we let them use a water hose. We let them do, you know how it is to be homeless. You know what I'm saying? So we just let them do what they need to
We
do.
know why people stop letting people use their restroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Enjoy it, you know what I'm saying?
You know, they'll come in the morning and they'll clear all the tents out. You know, there still is tents. If you come in early in the morning, there still is. And they'll come and clean it all out. It's the way you talk to these homeless people, they're going to listen to you. You understand what I'm saying? If you come at them very rude, they're not going to do shit but be rude with you. You know, so it's the way you approach people is a big thing, you know? And it's like even here in the morning, I'm like, okay, y'all, it ain't no party place. You know? I'm like, okay, come on, man. We putting all that shit away. I ain't trying to get high on y'all supply. And so they'll be thinking it's funny, you know what I mean? And then they'll just start getting, all right, sis, we got you. You know, so it's the way you approach them. You know?
Well, thanks for doing what you guys do.
Yeah.
You're making it look a lot better.
You're welcome. Thank you. See you
All the
later.
best.
All
Nice
right,
nails,
all right.
by the
Oh,
way.
Thank you very much.
You're on
Very
fire.
expensive.
You making those yourself? Or
No, I went to a shop and she did it all by hand.
Are you serious?
Oh, she's the
all by
bomb.
hand. Let me see that.
She is the bomb.
It's artwork.
Yeah,
Jeez.
whatever you want on it, she can do it. If you want your own picture on it, she can do it.
See you guys.
All right, see you later.
All right, guys. Police station's right there. It's not looking good over here, obviously. Yeah. Hold the breath if you don't want to smell meth. Man, that's rough. Right across from the playground. And then literally 2-3 blocks up this way, and this all stops. It gets really nice, like 4 or 5 blocks up. Very expensive real estate, beautiful views of the city, and totally different world down here. If you don't know my earlier content here, it's actually an improvement, but still, that's pretty heavy stuff. Fentanyl is no joke. It's really taken over our city streets, and I don't know what you do. It's not compassion, though. Letting people rot away on the streets. Not keeping the tents off completely. You gotta be careful what you inhale here. Yeah, it's really sad. It's really sad. Homeless shelter of some sort. You see it in so much of the country. It should really be issue number 1 or 2 in the conversation. One of the top issues, at least. All right, guys, this is the Mission District. A lot of younger people here, more of the hipster crowd. See, there's a pretty big art presence, music, live music, stuff like that. That's what it was always known for. So I'd say in the city, we're not gonna go there today, but more of the preppy, young part of town would be the Marina. Looks more upscale for sure. It's definitely a wealthier neighborhood. And just blocks away, we're now in Noe Valley, a nice, charming neighborhood, a bit wealthier. And we're gonna go up over the hill there, over the other side of Twin Peaks. And I'm gonna show you some magic, some beautiful, magical neighborhoods here that you don't see on many San Francisco videos. And you can live like anywhere. We all live in our bubbles. I bet I might be one of the only people today that's gone from Pack Heights to the Tenderloin, or from Tenderloin to Pack Heights. Like, those two worlds never mix. And so even in this small city of 7 by 7, you have completely different universes and outlooks on everything, depending on your financial situation, your safety situation, your education situation. It really defines where you're gonna live in this city and what you're gonna experience. So this is West Portal. This is a place where really no tourists are coming. It's a world away from downtown. A lot of the people that live around here might go downtown a couple times a year, if that. It's in a way a different city. It's through the mountain there on the other side of the tower. We have the ocean behind us, and if you don't have to work downtown and you're not into more of the city vibe, then there'd be no reason to go. Let's check it out. That's tight. 5 minutes. Okay. And they're serious about parking in San Francisco. No joke here. You'll get the ticket. Hello. How is West Portal these days? How are things?
Crazy.
Crazy?
Yeah.
Back here?
Yeah. West Portal's just different than like the other neighborhoods.
Oh, I know. I love it.
It's very incestuous, and it's hard to leave West Portal.
I was just saying that on the camera. I'm like, I bet a lot of people here never go downtown.
It's, well, yeah, you call it going over the hill. You just get stuck here because there's just enough of what you need.
Right, and it's nice.
And everyone knows everyone. There's a big Irish community that's been here for a super long time.
So how's this part of the city doing right now, 2024? Are things getting better, worse, same?
Well, I think we're doing better than the rest of the city. So that's good because nobody ever wanted to give us the time of day like the downtown people. They're like, no, that's too far.
Nobody knows of you guys.
I know.
So you don't deal with much homelessness or vagrants on the streets?
We do, but not to the extent of like downtown.
Yeah.
Downtown's insane.
Yeah.
Like especially like the Tenderloin, that's like really good.
I was just there. So I'm showing Pack Heights to the Tenderloin and everything in between.
Okay.
Because everyone lives in their bubbles,
but, like,
right?
Yeah. So like the neighborhood like from here that way,
yeah,
they're all very middle class. And then like behind us, St. Francis Woods, totally different story.
That's beautiful.
Have you driven through City?
Yeah, I'm gonna go right now. Actually.
Yeah, it's like mansions, beautiful. Like their decorations are really nice.
Cool. What's your restaurant?
Yeah, so
Okay, good food.
been here 30 years. So like we have customers that used to come like run through here.
Yep.
And they're like grown up and stuff, and like they come here for prom and stuff. That's when we know that they really like.
So you still have like a really good community back
Oh
here.
yeah, totally.
That's awesome.
We take care of them.
Thank you. Take care. So I got that right. It's a small community feel here, and you don't have to go to the city if you don't need to work there. And it's just a small 20,000 person town type feel here. And then you go right through the tunnel to the belly of it. You were born and raised here?
Yeah.
What was it like growing up here?
Pretty rowdy.
It was rowdy.
Pretty fun. Lots of sports, lots of partying, lots of fighting, lots of mischievousness.
There are not many of you locals left, right? Like born and raised here?
Not anymore. Most of them are out of the city because when they all had big families in the houses in the Sunset, which were, they were putting 3 and 4 guys in a room, 3 and 4 kids in a room.
Okay.
Well, once they all grew up and then their parents passed away, the houses had to be split up between too many kids, so they sold out. At least that's my theory.
Oh, okay.
And then the Asians started moving in and renting rooms out one at a time and saving money to buy more property, and ultimately they've taken over.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
So it's a combination of some people just didn't like the fog in the summer. I wanted to be in the sun. So they moved over to Santa Rosa or up to Russian River or down to San Mateo.
So what is it like now? Many families?
It's either old people like me that are hanging on or small families with, the overnight millionaire type that got stock options. They can afford to pay these ridiculous prices, or these industrious people that just save for the last 20 years and bought up the property while it was still good, and now they're all landlords.
And when you were growing up, you're saying it was wild here?
Yeah. There was a group of guys about 4 years old than us that actually had a West Portal gang. And they were tough sons of bitches.
Okay.
Everybody thinks that San Francisco is a bunch of sissies, but back in the day, we were all the kids of World War II veterans and blue-collar workers, and this is from here on down to the beach was a lot of big, tough people,
Who was the beef between? Was it like the Irish and the Italians, or who was?
Well, everybody kind of had their own space in those days. This was the Irish neighborhood, basically, the Irish Catholic neighborhood, with a few rich Jews mixed in for good measure. And then, you had the other side of Ocean Avenue was a black neighborhood, Ingleside. Then you had the Mission, which was mostly Hispanic.
Yep.
And then when it started blending down towards the Cow Palace, there was whites there, and there was always conflict there between the Hispanics and the whites. Some really, really bad people out there back in the 70s when I was growing up.
Okay.
And then there was just the obvious ghettos, which was Bayview, Hunters Point, and the Western Addition.
Tenderloin was always like it is now, right?
Yeah.
When you were growing up?
Pretty much where the hookers go, yeah.
Okay.
Probably worse now drug-wise.
Oh, yeah.
Because the city lets it happen.
Yeah, the fentanyl's pretty bad.
back when I was a kid, they were all big, tough Irish cops. My godfather was a lieutenant at Taravelle Station. He was a badass, this guy named Bob Marsh.
So good memories.
Yeah.
Cool.
But everybody's gone now, and guys my age can't keep that pace up. We'll go into the grave soon. I've lost 5 friends in the last 2 years.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Everybody's just dying off because of the lifestyle we led when we were younger. I was smart. I quit all those drugs when I was 27.
How old are you?
I'm 65 now.
Okay.
But I can still walk around, and I can still do a little work on my house.
So you know a lot of the people walking around here?
No, I don't.
Not now?
They're not here anymore.
Yeah, okay.
Most of them are gone.
Your name?
Pat Durnell.
Pat Durnell. Peter Santenello.
Hey, Peter.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Pat.
Something like good and like neutral and like understandable to watch. Introduce them to your channel.
I'm trying.
And they f***ing love it.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get San Francisco right.
Yeah.
Okay, you're from here, right?
I am. I grew up here, yeah.
Okay. the point I'm trying to make is you have the Tenderloin, you have Pack Heights.
Sure.
Two different universes, literally 15 minutes away from each other.
Yeah.
So to like capture the whole feeling of here is really hard.
It is. I mean, I remember when I was like 18, I met a Korean kid who was like, can you describe, like, he was making a little documentary.
Yeah.
He was like, can you describe San Francisco in one word? And I was like, I don't know, like dichotomy? I mean, it's really extremes next to each other. And it always has been. And when I was younger, like there was still a lot of homeless. My mom worked downtown and the Tenderloin has been like that for a very long time.
Yeah, yeah.
So the homelessness, like, yeah, since COVID, things have gotten worse, but it's not a new phenomenon. Really, that kind of like extremes right next to each other has been this way a long time. It's weird, man. It's like very, I don't know, like the energy, like not to get all hippy dippy, but the energy flows in a way, like when you're wandering around, you feel it, you know?
Well, you feel all the natural elements.
Yeah.
The ocean, the breeze.
Yeah.
The climates, the microclimates.
I think that's a huge part of it.
That's right.
It's like out here in the sunset, it's a different world. And there are people out here who like, they don't ever leave the sunset. Like people are very in small areas.
In their worlds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have to understand, like, obviously there's a lot of long history of like different racial groups coming together where people, a lot of Irish out here.
Yeah.
And the Irish are very, like my family's Irish, very insular. They were in Ireland. There were people who they lived in, Ireland's very much like that too, where like there's a lot of like small distances, but like completely different worlds.
Okay.
And it's like you're in your little tribe in that area and they're, it might be a mile away, but it's like, they're different. We're over here. It's weird because San Francisco is very cosmopolitan, but it's also extremely local. Like you'll see that. People
there you go.
Super local.
That's how
it's
I
like,
needed to say
what
it.
high school did you go to? What school did you go to? Like what year? It's weird. There's a strong like working class element here, and as every time I come back, I see it. It's still very much here.
And so many people think
Yeah.
it's the West Coast, it's elite.
Right.
And my point is, yeah, there are, let's say, elite class, however you define that.
Sure.
But the vast majority of people are working hard,
Yeah.
not elite in any way, shape, or form. They're just getting through their lives, raising their kids, like working
very
in the
much.
shop, working in the restaurant. They're just in their world, right?
No, very much. And there's a strong conservative element here as well that I think gets understated. Because like San Francisco, I think has experienced wave after wave of people coming from the outside with an idealistic vision to achieve some kind of utopian thing. So you had the beat movement, you had the hippies, you had the gay movement. Like each decade, there's the tech wave. There's like wave after wave of people coming to seek like some, it's like as far west as you can go, right? People coming out west, and this is like, and you hit this, and you hit the fog, and you hit the edge of it, and this is where kind of like dreams come to die in a certain way, because it's like, this is it. And then there's people who live here, I think there's a certain type of person. They like harden in reaction to that in a certain way. Do you know what I mean?
I totally get it, because you're defensive of your homeland.
Exactly. Yeah, there's this localism, and those waves I described are what people think of with San Francisco. But it's weird because like I'm also proud of those waves too, right? You're also proud of like that national, that broader impact San Francisco has in that regard.
Right, it's at the leading edge of many things and many movements.
Yeah.
And here's something I've noticed. I was just in Burlington, Vermont, where
that's where you're from,
where
right?
I was born.
Yeah.
I grew up a little bit south of it. And that seems, in an odd sense, way more sketch and off balance than San Francisco right now. And I feel like San Francisco a few years ago was really off balance.
Yeah.
And so my friends here have said, the pendulum was maxed out.
Yeah.
And it's coming back.
Yeah.
And I feel as San Francisco leading many things in the country, that could be a good sign.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it seems way more well put together this trip than when I lived here.
Yeah, I completely agree. So I mean, it's way better than a couple of years ago. If you go to like Ontario, you should visit my aunt's bar, Grandma's Saloon. It's like super old school bar. But Terraville, like when I was here it was terrible. I mean, there were like homeless was starting to come out to this part of the city, which was not common because it's uncomfortable. It's cold. You didn't really get that as much out here. And it was coming out here, more graffiti, more crime, more break-ins. And I think it's getting better. Like I think it's a lot nicer now. And I think,
thank you.
I don't know what it's gonna happen though, because people, like my friends have been saying like, no, this is the time to come back, like because people have been saying San Francisco is going to go the way of Detroit, right? We lost the main industry and it's going to hollow out.
I don't think so.
But I don't think so. Of course, it's beautiful. People
The
always
real
want to be
the
here.
real estate is just like where it is
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
beauty of it. It's like a bit of a dreamland.
Yeah, yeah.
The closer you get to that ocean, it's got that effect.
No, it really does. I wonder, yeah, what the next wave is going to be for that vitalization. Because right now with tech, it's the AI thing. Some people are coming here back in tech because they want to work in AI. And AI is still, you know, that's the thing. But is that going to bring, what's the next wave of cultural vitality? The reason a lot of tech people wanted to come here was because San Francisco is a fun city, right? It had that culture. It had all these different scenes. It had the hippie. I mean, you know what it was like. There were so many different types of things going on. But that has really flattened out. Like it has everywhere, right? Like you don't have as much of it. So what's going to bring the cultural vitality? What's going to bring young people and live interaction, you know?
Yeah. This is St. Francis Wood, just across the street from where we're at. We're getting at that time where there's that magical Pacific California light. The sun takes on sort of a dreamy feel to it. Nice cool breeze coming through. We have the ocean, I don't know, a couple miles away. You're gonna see this video after Halloween, but I'm shooting right before Halloween. Check out these decorations.
I love your
This is yours, sir?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. You take it seriously. Do you do this every year?
Yeah, I built every year. We add like something new every year. So we added this one and this one this year. And the boat's been here for a couple of years. Yeah.
Do you have kids or you're the
I
kid?
have 2 kids. Yeah, I have 2 kids, but now they're off to college. So they usually help me do this, but now they're in college. So I wanted to retire. But...
You gotta love this in a major city. Coyote alert. And most people in this city don't even know of this park. I'm not even gonna mention it, but just another example. San Francisco has got so many cool zones. It's so detailed. Let's get up to the view. Pacific off in the distance. And we're gonna get out there, guys. The sun is going down. I just wanted to show you this because this is one of the most misunderstood cities, I would say, especially in recent times. This place has always meant a lot to me, and it means a lot to the people that live here, and a lot of people that lived here and no longer live here, when they get out into these parts of the city, it's nostalgia and just an amazing feeling. And the past 2 videos I made 2 years ago and then peak pandemic time came from the heart. I was just a bit discouraged with what was going on in the city, and it really feels good to be back right now. All right, I'm gonna drive us through the most beautiful park I've seen in the world. Golden Gate Park. It's a monster. It's bigger than Central Park. We're running out of lights, so we're gonna just go right through it and get to the ocean. Yeah, the foresight to put in a park like this is a beautiful thing, because this is the gem of San Francisco. And not only do you have this massive park in this small city, there's another one called Presidio we didn't even go to today. All right, guys, end of the road today, and we didn't even see a quarter of the city, but the goal was to show you some contrast, to show you the rich neighborhoods, to show you the poor ones. And always know that when you're watching content, the creator has control of what they show you. And my goal in this video is to give you as balanced of a look as possible. And lastly, closing, for any tourists out there, you know, you might hear, oh, don't go to San Francisco, it's dangerous, it's terrible. Come to San Francisco right now. It's pretty awesome. Don't leave anything in your car. Don't get a hotel near the Tenderloin. But it is one of the world's most beautiful cities, and it's totally fine to travel, in my opinion. So thanks for coming along on that journey, guys. Until the next one.